RIP Net Neutrality FCC Chair releases plan to deregulate ISPs. The Federal Communications Commission today released its plan to deregulate the broadband industry and eliminate net neutrality rules, setting up a December 14 vote to finalize the repeal. As expected, FCC Chairman Ajit Pai is proposing to reverse the Commission's classification of home and mobile ISPs as common carriers, eliminating the legal justification for the net neutrality rules and numerous other consumer protections. The Republican-controlled FCC is likely to vote 3-2 along party lines in favor of Pai's plan at its regular monthly meeting in December, ignoring Internet users who voiced widespread support for net neutrality rules. Further, ReadingIf FCC gets its way, we'll lose a lot more than net neutrality. Pai's decision is a big win for cable companies, telcos, and mobile carriers, who will no longer face regulation of their broadband businesses under Title II of the Communications Act. Pai ignored numerous calls from consumer advocates, website operators, and Internet users who urged the FCC to preserve the rules that force Internet providers to treat all web content fairly. Pai was on the losing end of a 3-2 vote in 2015 that imposed Title II regulations including net neutrality rules that outlaw blocking, throttling, and paid prioritization. He started the repeal process shortly after President Trump appointed him chairman this year. Today, Pai said that he intends to eliminate the core net neutrality rules while preserving some requirements that ISPs inform consumers about their network management practices. Under my proposal, the federal government will stop micromanaging the Internet, Pai said in a statement today. Instead, the FCC would simply require Internet service providers to be transparent about their practices so that consumers can buy the service plan that's best for them, and entrepreneurs and other small businesses can have the technical information they need to innovate. In May, Pai's FCC issued a Notice of Proposed Rulemaking, NPRM, that proposed overturning the 2015 order and sought public comments. The FCC received 22 million comments, which were dominated by spam and form letters. But Internet users opposed Pai's plan en masse. One analysis found that 98.5% of unique comments were against Pai's repeal plan. Pai claims the rules have forced Internet providers to decrease investment in their networks, despite evidence to the contrary. Pai is also ignoring a call from Democratic Commissioner Jessica Rosenworcel, who said the FCC should hold public hearings across the country before altering net neutrality rules. The public comment process has been marred by spam bots, impersonation, and what the FCC called a DOS attack on the comment system, she noted. The FCC should thus get the opinions of Americans in person before proceeding, she said. After next month's vote, net neutrality supporters will likely sue the FCC to get the rules back on the books. They could argue that the FCC used flawed reasoning or an improper decision-making process, but courts have generally given deference to FCC decisions on whether to impose common carrier regulations. Former Chairman Tom Wheeler faced a challenge from broadband providers after his 2015 net neutrality decision, but the rules were upheld in court. While Pai can't stop a future Democratic chair from putting the rules back on the books, Congress could write a law that prevents strict regulation of ISPs. We'll be updating this article with more